Greetings and salutations, Dave, or I guess technically I should call you Dead on Dave. This is Christopher Daniels.
Hey everyone, it's the Native American Tonka. Want to give a big shout out to Dead on Dave.
Dave, this is Leon White, Big Van Vader.
Dead on Dave. What's up, man? It's the coach.
Hello, this is the hardcore legend Mick Foley, and I know when I want to keep up with the latest in wrestling news from around the world, I check in with Dead on Dave Productions. He covers a wide variety of wrestling topics, including the career of the hardcore legend. Don't miss it. Dead on Productions. Yeah.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Dead on Dave, and holy crap, there's no easy way to just smoothly go into the news that has broken today. Roman Reigns has been suspended by the WWE for violating the wellness policy. That's right, Roman Reigns. That Roman Reigns has been suspended for 30 days for his first violation of the wellness policy. Now, more than likely, this does mean it's probably a weed situation. Now, we're not sure on that. Nothing has happened as far as what he's tested positive for, what he was hit for, whatever, you know. But weed is probably a good guess. It's pure speculation, but it's probably a good guess. So we'll see. Maybe it'll come out. Maybe it probably will never come out, but who knows? Here's what we do know. This happened really quickly. Really quickly. Because he was taken out of the title picture, you know, not taking out the title picture, but he lost the title to Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, then Dean Ambrose. And then the next night he gets put back into the situation by being implanted into the triple threat match at Battleground. Now, as of right now, the way it stands, the 30 days that he is being suspended for, he actually comes back on the 20th of July, which is good 4 or 5 days before Battleground. So if they want to keep continuity and storyline, they can just keep him off television for the next month. You know, he's shooting a movie, whatever they want to say as far as storyline goes, and just have him in the match still. Now, the question obviously is, would they be doing that for anybody else? That's the big question. Would they be doing it for other people? And that's what will get called in to, that's what people will ask and be, you know, accusing WWE of favoritism and all this if they go that route. And that is a concern because more than likely anybody else outside of like a John Cena situation would be removed from the match that they've been advertised for, especially when it just happened. Everything kind of sprung up. And taking it even a step farther, he's taken very public accountability of this. He did not screw around here. This all happened so quickly. Right after he was suspended, almost immediately after, he took to Twitter and he wrote this: I apologize to my family, friends, and fans for my mistake in violating WWE's wellness policy. No excuses. I own it. That sounds like a dude who knows he smokes some weed. And that's a very good possibility. It's pretty crazy. Chris Payne says, but WWE's already said he's been suspended, so they can't really say he's filming a movie. No, that's true. They said it. That's on social media and stuff. I guess they put it out on the website. So maybe they're just going to be upfront with it. But it's interesting to see how they are going to handle it on television, because they didn't reference Adam Rose not being part of I completely forgot their names. The social fucking outcasts, the social jobbers. You know, they didn't reference Connor not being with Victor anymore. They didn't reference any of that. They simply just let him go as far as not talking about him. Now, it's quite possible that they do the exact same thing here where they just say an injury or whatever. But you're right. And it is important to note that they are handling this very publicly with WWE releasing that suspension notice. And then Roman Reigns also taking full accountability on social media. So it does kind of throw a wrench into it. And this is probably the most public thing that we're going to see as far as wellness policy, suspensions. This is pretty high profile. It's not going to get more high profile than this unless, John Cena, AJ Styles, something like that were to test. It's crazy. Jay Davis says, do you think this is why he lost the title? No, I don't. I don't think it's why he lost the title because the very next night he was put in the triple threat match. So no, I don't think it is the reason. Now, you know what? It could potentially, and that would already answer the question as to if he is being taken out of that match, because now there is the possibility that this whole situation, the triple threat, it was all constructed because they knew he was being suspended, and this is a form of leniency. This is a form of leniency, and that's kind of interesting, that when you think about it like that, because that means they knew about it before the pay-per-view, and they made plans to keep him in the title picture in spite of that. And I think I have a little bit of an issue with that in some regards. Just a little bit, because it is favoritism, but it's not to say that he hasn't earned it. Look, if you are the top guy, then maybe you have earned it. By the way, this was all broken very quickly, and I was going to see it on Twitter almost minutes after I found out, I'm sure. But the Dead on Dave Fantasy Baseball chat needs a little bit of love here, because Stephen Kessel, I believe, was the first one in the Dead on Dave Fantasy Baseball chat to say that it happened. So big shout out to those guys who are always talking in there. And that is the first place I saw it. And then I went and checked, and I actually saw that it was fake for a moment. And then Roman came out on Twitter and acknowledged it. So pretty crazy. Big thank you to those guys for staying on the ball and putting things in there. But by the way, I don't know how much credit I should give those bastards in my Dead on Dave Productions Fantasy Baseball League, because not one of them wrote me personally. Not one of them wrote me personally. So I don't know. Chris Payne says Roman Reigns 2016 equals RVD 2006. Little bit different. Yes, RVD did have to vacate both titles when he had a positive test, but he was also arrested. He was also arrested for having copious amounts of drugs on his person. A little bit different of a situation. And it's going to be interesting to see how this gets handled long term. But that's the question. How do you guys think it should be handled? Should Roman Reigns have the proverbial book thrown at him? But you know what? Here's another question. Has the improvement of Roman Reigns been because he's been hanging out with Snoop Dogg a little bit too much? Is it? We're seeing him more relaxed. Is this the reason why? Has he been hanging out with Val Venus? For those who don't know, Val Venus runs a dispensary. That's what he does now. He doesn't wrestle. Just boom, So it's pretty crazy. This is certainly not a work. Anybody who is talking, I'm seeing some people in the situation talking about it might be a work. It's certainly not a work. This is legit. Sage Kimbrough says, hey, Dave, just subbed. Do you think that Roman could turn heel at Battleground? Maybe after Dean wins, Roman spears him after the match. Look, here's the thing on the whole heel turn stuff. Roman's in a different situation because the tide is starting to turn on the whole booing thing, and WWE's accepted the fact that he is going to get booed. That's why Roman is no longer acting like an uber face. He's just not. In fact, with the matches with both AJ Styles and even more so with Seth Rollins, you could take the position that he's wrestling like a heel. He was shit-talking Seth Rollins both on Monday and at the pay-per-view. So you can definitely make the argument that he is already being heelish, but he's just being a tweener. And that's kind of the cool thing, because so is Seth Rollins and so is Dean Ambrose, who is literally just attacking everybody if he wants to. So it's pretty crazy, man, that this is why things are getting over right now, because of the ambiguity. It's a lot of fun. So a big shout out to everybody who's here checking me out live as we're talking about the suspension of Roman Reigns, 30 days for his first violation of the WWE wellness policy. Jay Davis, CJM Stop Motions, Fake Ass Twat, James Ergel, all kinds of good. Chris Payne, I see. Gun Cannon, Taylor Smith, who says, I bet Roman said smoke weed every day. Very possible. Fake ass twat, I see. Joe Martin, Carl Gibney, Matthew Camarillo. We got all kinds of good people in here. Big shout out to all you guys. Thanks for joining me. We got 78 people in here hanging out with your boy, Dead on Dave. Big thank you to everybody who's here. Let's open up the phone lines, shall we? Because I want to hear from you guys. The news is out. Roman Reigns suspended 30 days for his first violation of the WWE wellness policy. What do you think? Should he be suspended? Is it the right thing to do? Let me know now. Call in on Skype, David Vancura, DavidVancura, or use the number 702-751-2902. Go ahead and call in because it's time to get your opinion, because I want to know what you guys think about this, because this is potentially the biggest news story in wrestling so far this year. With everything that's happened with Roman Reigns, the ups and downs, the highs, the lows, for this to happen now, it's pretty crazy. And now when you really start thinking about how the timing is, why he lost the belt, it seems like WWE is kind of put him in this situation where he's not going to be taken out of the main event title picture. In fact, it wouldn't be a surprise if he wins the belt back at Battleground, but we'll see. Joker Jink, first caller of the night. What do you think about the Roman Reigns situation? You're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
I think it's kind of random. I didn't really see it coming. I thought it was a joke for a while.
I did too. And the funny thing is, there were 3 other stories in the past 2 years about Roman Reigns flunking wellness policy tests and shit. There was 3 other stories I found, so I thought this was fake.
Yeah. What I wanted to happen at Battleground is that, they take him out of the triple threat, say something like, Seth Rollins got him fired or some heel thing like that. Or something random. I don't know what they would do with it. Then have him come back, Seth Rollins about to win or Dean Ambrose about to win, and just have him destroy everyone in the match. Spear.
I don't think that they need to go that route. Like, I don't think turning him heel is necessarily going to help anything because WWE's already embraced the booze anyway. And here's the thing. These crowds are such assholes that they might start cheering him. And WWE's just going to throw your hands up. So you might as well keep doing what you're doing with Roman Reigns right now, because I got to be honest. He's starting to work. It's starting to work both in the ring and out of the ring. What he's saying on promos, things are working with him. Let him continue to develop this way. I don't think you need to necessarily go heel with him even when he does return. Which, by the way, to answer Jay Davis's question in the chat, will he miss the pay-per-view? No, because he actually returns on the 20th of July. His suspension will be up on the 20th of July, so he'll be reinstated a good 5 days before Battleground. So let me ask you, Joker, do you think that the WWE knew about this a few days ago and that's why Dean Ambrose won the title? Or is this just kind of one of those weird situations that worked out in the manner that it has? And if this isn't in place by WWE, do you think that Roman Reigns should be taken out of the triple threat match?
I mean, I don't think they knew. I think even they did know about it. They've had the Dean Ambrose plan for like a couple weeks now. Probably. Because I don't think they would just throw that together. I think worst case scenario, they'd have Kevin Owens win it.
Well, I don't know. Not with Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. No, I don't know if I agree with that, because this seemed to be the plan for weeks. This seemed to be the thing they've had in motion for a while now. The thing that answers a lot of questions for me is how public they are being. I mean, WWE has already announced this on their website, Twitter. I mean, they're not hiding
Roman
the
Reigns
fact
already apologized.
They didn't just say suspended. They said suspended for the wellness policy. So I don't know. It's pretty crazy, man. This is the most public situation of this kind in WWE's wellness policy history. I mean, they just stripped RVD. Everybody else either just gets suspended or fired or simply not referenced again, a la Adam Rose or Connor from
he got suspended?
Legion of Doom ripoffs.
Wait, Adam Rose got suspended? I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah, before he got released after the domestic violence stuff, he was already he popped hot on a wellness policy test. Him and Connor. Yeah.
I mean, Roman. Okay, I think this is kind of like, I think it's weird because usually they're trying to make a story out of this, and they're just being like, yeah, he got suspended for that. Yeah, usually they try to say, oh, he got fired by Vince or something crazy like that.
Yeah, but none in this situation. They seem to be going right up front with it, and who knows what they're going to do. This might make him more popular. People are going to be like, you know what? I can relate to Roman now. Let's light it up. Oh, my God. Can you imagine the chance when he fucking returns? Oh, people are going to be ruthless. Roman,
you can't smoke.
what? All kinds of good stuff. Hey, Joker, I appreciate the call, man. Thanks for getting your voice heard. I got so many calls coming in right now. I got to get to them. Thanks a lot, buddy. You have yourself a good night. You too. Let's go ahead and keep the train a running. 818, what do you think about the Roman Reigns situation? He get high as a motherfucker. Probably. We don't know that for certain, but probably. It could be booger sugar. Could be. You never know. 818, what you got? You're live with that on Dave. Oh, jeez. You know, get your shit together, people. Go ahead and call in now. Anybody, get on in this thing. And call in on Skype, Dave Vinker, DAVIDVANCURA, or use the number 702-751-2902. Let's take another call. 718, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Dave, I have a question. Since Roman is now going to be gone for 30 days, when he gets back, do you think Vince is done like pushing him down our throats and he won't win the belt back immediately, or they can have Dean retained? Because I think now that I probably think Vince would be pissed, if anything, or he wouldn't be.
You know, it's funny because that question may have already been answered. More than likely, now I'm just guessing the way that these wellness policy things, more than likely, they were tipped off before the pay-per-view. Because now it does seem rather convenient that Dean Ambrose wins the title. And by the way, not directly off Roman Reigns. So it's very conceivable that they knew that Roman Reigns was going to be out for 30 days. So they had this situation where they can have him lose the belt cleanly to Seth Rollins, but then put it on Dean to make it a little bit more sensational. So everybody is kind of like freaking out, right? Then you put him in the triple threat match because you know that he's going to be back before the next pay-per-view. So this suspension, in a lot of ways, it really means nothing. It's kind of like a pitcher getting a 4-game suspension directly after his start because he's not going to miss his next start. He's only suspended 4 games. So,
yeah,
you know, it really, this could essentially amount to nothing because he's not going to miss a payday. He's not going to miss a pay-per-view main event unless something changes. But as of right now, there's been no other word on if he's going to be taken out of this match or not. And the fact that they're being as public about it as they are kind of tells me that these questions have already been answered.
Yeah, one bright side, though, of Roman not being here, maybe this build-up for the feud would be pretty awesome now that we don't have to hear him open his mouth for a fucking promo.
Hey, dude, I don't know what you've been watching lately, but Roman's been killing it promo-wise recently.
He's been getting better. He's been improving a lot in the wrestling, in ring, and
he's telling fans to shut up. I'm loving it, man. He's doing a great job right now. That's why this is kind of unfortunate. You know what? I think it's because if he is smoking weed, if this is the result, let him smoke the fucking weed. This is amazing. We're getting the best version of him. Don't take the weed away. Then we're going to go back to Believe That. Oh, and tater tots.
How about he just comes out to the ring with a freaking joint in his hands?
His new valet should be Val Venus, who runs a dispensary.
All right, Dave. All right, man. You get some more calls. All right.
All right. I appreciate it, Joe Martin. You have yourself a good night, and I can't wait to beat your ass in fantasy this week. Peace. He does have a lead on me right now, by the way, in the Dead on Dave Fantasy Baseball League. What's going on, man? 102 people up in here right now because Big News brings the people out. They want to know what's going on. Roman Reigns suspended by the WWE for violating his first violation of the wellness policy. Let's get some more feedback. 215, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Thank God that bitch is suspended. I don't know what you've been watching, but that guy is a fuck just like you. Burning hell.
Yeah. You're so you're so lame. Get out of here, you big bitch. I can't even get mad at him anymore. He's so lame. So lame. Unbelievable. We just had a douchebag alert. Douchebag. Love it. Love it. You know what? You know who I want to hear from is Pittsburgh boy. Pittsburgh boy's got to be devastated. Pittsburgh boy's got to be devastated. Let's take another call. 336, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
This is the first time calling, so frick, I'm amazed.
All right, man.
How you doing?
Thanks for calling in. Thanks for supporting the show.
All right, so this thing with Roman Reigns, it shocked me. Like, first, whenever I got that notification on my phone, I was shocked.
Like a good shock? Like, was it like, oh, or was it a bad shock? What type of shock? I want to know.
It was a bad shock because today I was watching my recording of Raw, and like you said last call, whenever he told the fans to shut up, I mean, God, he's getting better now.
Yeah, I think it's whatever he got hit for. Whatever he got hit for is helping his performance. Don't take it away. We're going to go back to motherfucking tater tots. No. No.
I swear, next time he comes out, he better not be sporting a Fruity Pebbles t-shirt. That's all I
know. He's going to come out in a suit. He's reformed. Oh, my God. How good is that? Hey, you got anything else for 336?
Yeah, I do, because back when that TNA was, like, not PG at all, and they had Jeff Hardy coming out smoking a cigarette.
Well, they also, when Jeff came out fucked up, they also got rid of his ass. So, I don't know, man. And Sting beat him up, too, which was great. So, hey, 336, I appreciate the call. You have yourself a good night, buddy. I got so many calls coming in.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime.
Take it easy, man. Joining me now, it's Too Tall. He's here. Your boy, Roman Reigns. He's suspended. What did you do? I know you're friends with him. What did you do?
I called him, and we had a heart-to-heart, and he's not going to do it again.
Oh,
you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you think about the situation, man? It seems like WWE might be letting him off here.
30 days? I didn't hear the details of what it really was.
We don't know yet. We probably never know.
No. Yeah, I know. They're probably going to hide that shit real well. I'm doing a daily slam on. I'm uploading that because I don't feel like going live at 10 o'clock and just dying because I'm so tired from the last 3 days.
I don't blame you.
So I just did like a quick little news tidbit or whatever. But and I wanted to jump on your show because you're live and it's not 10 o'clock at night.
No, it's 10 o'clock at night for me. It's actually 11 o'clock here in Germany for me.
All right. So, I mean, yeah, Roman Reigns is suspended. He's going to be back by Battleground. So
yeah,
it's not
he comes back on the 20th. So that's what makes me think that all of this is kind of predetermined and shit. Like they knew it was coming and they set it up in a way where everything's explained. And if they are, is that right or wrong? I mean, if anybody else,
I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong to. I said it in the video I'm uploading. I think it's wrong. Like he'll be back for people that are freaking out and want that triple threat match between the Shield or whatever, the former members of the Shield. But you want to treat them the same way you treat everybody, which means go fuck off and sit in a doghouse for 8 months. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like eat some, as Triple H would say, just eat fucking plates of shit on and on and on when you're that guy that fucked up real hard. Yep. So you would want him to be treated the same way, but unfortunately it's Roman Reigns.
This is a rare situation, you know? This is rare. Things like this don't happen to top guys very often. And when they do, they happen to guys like Rob Van Dam, you know, who held the belt, but he also got fucking arrested. Just a wellness policy, which, by the way, has only existed for like the last 10 years. A wellness policy type of suspension doesn't happen to these big guys very often. It's pretty surprising.
Yeah, I just think they're going to treat this much, different compared to everybody else. Like it's not, it's not Connor or Adam Rose or, it's just not the same. It's not the same person. It's not even on the same level as far as what kind of stock you hold. Now, I am going to say that I think his stock is going to be down a little bit. You just can't come back and be like, everything's the same. Everything's
he's
the
not
same
becoming
way.
the 4-time champion at Battleground.
Right. He won't be. I think he won't be champion for a while, for a good while.
You got to eat some shit. You got to eat some shit.
Yeah. There's just, if he goes straight through with not, and especially, considering who's the guy who pretty much runs it now, aside from Vince McMahon, Triple H, he ate this shit, 15, 20 years ago. So I'm assuming Roman Reigns is going to eat some shit here. You're going to have to.
What do you think about the fact how vocal they're being. Both WWE and Roman have already come out and gotten in front of this. WWE put it out on the website and on their Twitter that Roman Reigns has been suspended for a violation of the wellness policy.
Yeah.
They didn't make up some injury thing. No, they came out and said the truth. Then Roman apologized. He was a man about it. I got to give him some credit for that, because a lot of times Adam Rose is producing fucking doctor's notes and shit, you know? And Roman's like, I fucked up. I fucked up.
Yeah, fucked up. Let's
No
move on,
excuses.
motherfuckers.
I'm sorry.
I think that's probably, depending on, and we might never know what it is. I think most of it is probably like, okay, we got to do it this way, because if you do it any other way, if he starts fighting it, it's going to look bad.
Yeah.
And, you know, WWE doesn't want that publicity. Roman Reigns definitely probably doesn't want that, because if he starts fighting it, then he's not a company man.
Yes.
And he's going to get that. He's going to get that huge Vince cock right up his ass. Not the way he likes it now,
No.
but the wrong way, where most people get treated that way. But
Probably the
I think it's one of those.
this. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, I think it's one of those things where, I just lost my train of thought. Fuck
I'm
it,
so
you on.
sorry. I'm the worst.
God damn it. Damn it.
When I interrupted you with, I'm so sorry. I had a small delay. I thought you were done. I really do apologize for that. Randy Orton is probably the closest situation to this. Randy was suspended a couple times during the height of his run for, violations of the wellness policy. So I think once for roids, once for fucking weed, if I remember properly. But even that was never substantiated. We don't know for sure. And we'll never know for sure with Roman, man. But here's another thing. Should they be suspended if it is weed? It's fucking weed. It's becoming legal. What do you want him to do? Pop fucking pain pills all the time?
It's the same thing. I see what you're saying, but it's the same thing with, let's say you're a football player in Colorado who got suspended for weed only like 2 years ago. It's their policy. It's not the state's 100%, policy.
I agree. But should that policy be changed? We're in a different time now. I think it's a much better alternative to have your athletes go ahead and smoke weed to alleviate the fucking brutality they're putting on their bodies on a nightly basis, then go ahead and, pill up morphine, Percocet, oxycodone, and all that shit, which fucks you up way worse. Trust me, I'm talking from experience here. Holy God, DTs from that shit. You never want that. I think eventually this has got to go away. The times are changing, man.
Again, and the thing about WWE, it's not like Roman Reigns is stationed in one state. So when you move it like the WWE does, whatever state you enter, the only thing you can say is we're going off of the home state, which is not legal, right?
Yeah.
So that's the only thing you can say.
At some point, we're 3 hours away from being in the next state.
Yeah. At some point you would assume the WWE might look at that, but then again, I still think they're gonna. It's such a where they are now compared like 2000. If this was 2000, they probably wouldn't give two fucks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But where they are now compared to then, and what kind of era then, and who the demographic is, and all the investors, and
being
all the,
a publicly traded company.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. There's so many things that go into it that it's not just weed's legalized. Well, it's they have to satisfy, let's say, X amount of people before they can satisfy, the guy that wants to smoke weed and be like, fuck yeah, Roman, that's my boy,
Yeah, and then someone else is going to be like, well, why can't I smoke or why can't I snort coke? Why can't I take a bump?
Exactly. Where does it stop?
Where does it stop? Where's the line?
Where's this?
By the way, folks, we are just speculating. We have no idea what he was hit for. I don't think it's steroids. This doesn't. If it was steroids, I think it'd be a much bigger story, much bigger. Because it probably would have been broken. Somebody would have said something about it. I do believe that. I mean, these leaks, the way they happen, this seems like a weed type situation. The fact that he apologized for it, but it's pure speculation. There's no way we can know. We got a lot of people in chat who are saying this is a work. No, I don't think so. ESPN's reporting on it, goddammit. It's real.
That's when you know it's real, when Coachman is doing things.
Coachman's all over this. Man, it's just weird. Love him or hate him, he has been the banner carrier of WWE for a while now. He's on the talk shows. He's making those rounds. This is weird. And again, it's how it's been framed, how he's going to be back before the pay-per-view. He's already put into the triple threat match. Was that by design? There's no way we're going to know.
I think they knew this before last night.
Yeah.
I honestly, that's my thought. Obviously, this is not 100%. it's my speculation. I'm not saying, guys, I know everything what's going on, but I think they knew ahead of time, and they would have known by a pay-per-view. I would think they would have some kind of strict pay-per-view testing before they go on to those kind of events. But we don't know. But my speculation is they would have to know. And they set it up. It's almost perfect timing to where the Battleground pay-per-view is. He has like 5 or 6 days before the pay-per-view to show up and do something, maybe a Raw or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost perfect timing.
It's almost you're never too perfect. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the funny thing is, and this is another question that I think it needs to be answered at some point. The wellness policy is a completely internal process that the WWE does to self-police the situation. It is promising that they are suspending one of their top guys. That means there's probably transparency, but they're not governed by any state athletic commission. They're not governed by USADA. They're not governed by any of this. The question is, should they be? They are a pseudo athletic competition. Should there be more transparency?
This is the same thing when they go back. Sorry to interrupt you at the end there, but it's the same thing when you go back to looking at the whole company as a whole. It's entertainment, it's sports entertainment. So it's not, you know what I'm saying? That's why there's nobody, governing, and there's no douchebag coming in from a third party, hey, take a piss here, take a piss there. It's all their internal stuff. That's why.
Yeah. The closest thing that they are to is the circus. A traveling circus. That's the closest thing that wrestling is really compared to. A circus that's on television, so they have that crossover. But the reality is, as much as they call it sports entertainment, they are least like an athletic competition or a sporting event than anything else that they are like, so it's a weird, wonky thing, but it is good that there is some transparency and they're calling out their top guys. Now, obviously, this is calculated. It does seem like this has been set up, but I do like the fact that they called him out and put it out on Twitter. They didn't wait for Meltzer to break it. They got out in front of it, and I give them a little bit of credit there. Right? It's interesting. This is such a weird top guys. This does not happen to. This is so bizarre because it doesn't happen unless you're Jeff Hardy. Then it's just a Saturday night.
Jeff Hardy. Yeah, it's just a regular day. A regular day for Jeff Hardy.
Last Friday night. Yeah, I did some Katy Perry. Go fuck. Everybody can go fuck. I don't care.
Just a regular old day for Jeffy Boy Hardy.
My favorite meme I've ever put on this show is Jeff Hardy looking all kinds of fucking crazy, and the top says, "Drug test? What kind of drugs we testing?" It's one of my favorite memes I've ever seen. It's so good. You gonna hang out for a little while?
Sure.
I'm gonna take some more calls. I got Sean Bonner calling. Let's take his call. Sean Bonner, you're live with Dead on Dave and the Too Tall. Yes, the Too Tall. If I'm the Dead on Dave, he's the Too Tall. Sean, what you got? You're live.
Hey guys, I just got a question. Do you think that they are going to use this and try to make a positive out of it, in the sense of maybe turning him heel and running with the fact that they could take this negative light and put the negative spin on his character, and then let's face it.
See, if anything, I see them. If anything, I see them going the opposite way and trying to make this a positive thing for Roman, like taking responsibility and all of that stuff. I don't see them using a drug violation as a storyline arc. That's dangerous. If you're a company like WWE, I don't see that happening. However, I also don't see a need for it because he is organically becoming a tweener. He's shit talking Seth Rollins in the middle of a match. He's telling fans to shut up in the stands and sip your beer. He's becoming that guy. He's not a face. He's not acting like a face. He's not talking like a face. He's not a good guy. He's not a bad guy. He's the guy. And it's starting to work quite well, at least for me. I've been hard on this motherfucker, so it's working for me. So I don't think that this is necessarily a reason to go ahead and turn him heel. Too Tall, what do you think?
First of all, I want to say Dead on Dave has definitely been hard for Roman Reigns for a very long time.
Oh, not that hard. Not this hard. This is really hard. Direct your attention to the screens. I have not been this hard. Where's Pittsburgh Boy? Where's Pittsburgh Boy? Because I made his fantasy come true in this wonderful graphic, and he's got to be devastated that the guy who is Superman punched his love box over and over and over is now suspended. Where is he?
I don't know. What is he going to do with himself?
Oh, man. He's going to write more things in his diary, so it's good stuff. But what do you think about what Sean Bonner said, Tito?
I don't think it's going to change like when he comes back and how he comes back. It's not like just because he's got suspended and, it's not going heel. Like Dave said, I agree with Dave. If anything, it's more so of, he owned up to it as a man. That's what it is, and he's going to stay the same way that he is now, just because of how he's treating it and how the WWE is treating it. Like if he was attacking WWE for any reason whatsoever, things like that, then I could
trying
probably
to produce
see
a doctor's note.
Right. Like hey, here's my fucking doctor's note or whatever. Then I can definitely see.
Man, I got
people have an
glaucoma.
issue with.
Fuck WWE. I got glaucoma, man.
That would be heel. If he tried to produce a doctor's note, that would be good.
Adam Rose did like that. I'm not even pulling it out of my ass. Adam Rose did this. Adam Rose publicly showed a doctor's note on Twitter and said, "Fuck you, WWE," and then he went and beat his wife a little bit. So allegedly. She dropped the charges, allegedly. She didn't want to put him in jail. She just wanted to get him arrested that night because women can do that. I want you arrested now, but not later. I love that.
But she rules the world. Pussy power. Is that a Weird Al shirt?
What, Bonner?
Is that a Weird Al shirt? Is that a Weird Al shirt?
It is a Weird Al shirt. Yes, it is.
Nice.
It is good stuff. I love it. Hey, Sean, I appreciate the call, buddy.
All right, I'm going to go do some daily fantasy research. I got a big tournament tonight, and I got to win.
Nobody cares. See you later, Sean. You got to win, Johnny. You got to be the best. Sweep the leg. Oh, man, this is so crazy. It's so weird to talk about this. Like, some people are rejoicing. Like a pastor getting caught for pedophilia. See, religion's bullshit, It's like that's how people are. Some people are fucking dancing in the street. Roman Reigns, but nothing's changing. I mean,
the same shit.
Still the guy.
And in 30 days, we're gonna have the same shit. Yeah. So, like,
unless we're wrong, unless this did catch WWE by surprise, maybe they did find out just hours ago, and now SmackDown's tapings tonight. Maybe after tonight, we'll find out, or at least through spoilers. If Roman's
is this the reason why Dean Ambrose is champion?
Yeah, did you hear about what I said about the numbers about the tours?
No, I did not.
According to Meltzer, and he's got all the numbers to prove this, so Meltzer's not wrong in this case. When John Cena went away, John Cena and Roman Reigns were always on the same live tour. They got the A tour and the B tour, right?
Yeah.
Roman Reigns was headlining the A tour while John Cena was out. The B tour was headlined by Dean Ambrose. Over the past 6 months, there's been a 30% drop on Roman Reigns' tour, and now Dean Ambrose, his tour, has caught up to Roman Reigns. So he thinks, and some other people agree, that had more to do with it than anything else. But maybe this has something to do with it as well. There's just no way of knowing.
All right.
That's the thing.
Respect that.
Red Medina
by the
in
numbers.
The chat, he says, does the wellness policy cover more than drugs, or it is only drugs? Well, they got a personal conduct policy, and they have a zero tolerance policy for domestic abuse. Ask Jerry Lawler, he'll tell you. You have all of that, and then they have the wellness policy that comes with drugs. So.
They just fucking shooting.
I'm telling you, it's crazy. We're shooting. We're having a good time. We're having a good time. Everybody's here hanging out. Chris Payne, JJ Lopez. We got all kinds of good people hanging out because nobody brings people together like a tragedy. Or a terrible situation, or a bad, or fucking any type of, what's the right word? Controversy, not sorrow. This isn't necessarily a bad thing. You know what? It's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just the thing. I mean,
somebody commented This is somebody on my video because it just went live. They were good drugs. They weren't bad drugs. They were the drugs.
They win the internet.
Fuck. Oh,
Give
God, I
them
love
the
it, man.
internet prize. That's good. That's good. God, I wish I knew what it was. Because Roman, you know, like if you look at Roman, like just like look at his picture, it's probably weed. But wouldn't it be fucking great if it was like crank? And it was just like, just something fucking off the wall, like fucking crazy. I don't know, man. It's nuts. But whatever drugs he's been taking or whatever the reason that caused him, he's gotten better. Don't take it away. I don't want tater tots back. I really don't. I really fucking don't. I'm worried.
Are you sure you don't want tater tots back, dude?
Oh, well, I want tater tots the food, but I don't want Roman Reigns saying it. God, I've been on my diet for over 2 weeks now. I'm starting to fucking stress out. I need some food. Oh, my God.
I just went back on my diet.
I got my third weigh-in tomorrow. It's weigh-in Wednesday tomorrow, folks. Got my third weigh-in. We'll see how much weight I've lost. I've already lost 6 pounds. How much more?
That's good.
Yeah,
I gained like 8 pounds, and I was like, I already feel shitty. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back 100% on it and stop fucking around. Because I lost 52 pounds and I felt great, and now I'm just like, I felt shitty like the other day. I was like, yeah, I can't do this anymore.
It's
Gotta
easy.
go back.
It's so easy to ebb and flow off that stuff, especially like you're a big guy. I'm a big guy. I mean, you're a different type of big than I am, but you know, it's hard. Food's not like alcohol. You gotta eat. You don't gotta drink every day. You know what I mean? Food's tough, man. Especially when everything's delicious. God, everything just tastes so good. Oh yeah. Oh, my wife. She's sitting next to me. This has nothing to do with Roman Reigns. But today I went and speaking of the dieting and exercising a little bit, I went to the pool today, the community pool, and I took a seniors aerobics class, aqua aerobics class, and it about killed me. It about fucking killed me. It was pretty great. Let's take some more calls, man. Call in now on Skype, David Vancura, DavidVancura. Use the number 702-751-2902 and sound off about Roman Reigns. What do you think? Is this a good thing or is this a bad thing or is it just the thing? I want to hear what you guys have to say. Roman Reigns suspended for his first violation of the WWE wellness policy. Pretty crazy. Canadian Giant says, if it's just weed, that sucks. And that's what you and I were talking about a little bit earlier, T-Tal, because it does kind of suck, but it is the WWE's policy. So it doesn't kind of suck. It's what they decide is right for them. Yeah. Let's take another call. 315-315. You're live with Dead on Dave and T-Tal. What you got?
Am I live right now?
You are live, 315. Yes, you are.
Oh my God. I think it's bullshit that he suspended it earlier. It's because if you ever noticed, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, the last SmackDown that they had, no, I don't think it's SmackDown. Extreme Rules, you could see them going back to dick him over about I don't know if you watched it when it was Extreme Rules and he got that title back. He wanted the title, so when he got done doing it, he beat the dude.
Hey, can I ask you a question? Did you sell Roman Reigns' drugs? Because you sound fucked up right now, buddy.
Nah.
We found the Roman Reigns drug dealer. He's on my show. How much did you charge Roman Reigns for the weed that you sold him? I need to know. He's fucking dead. This dude is high as fuck. 315, I appreciate the call. Go sleep it off or take some more drugs. Take it easy. Holy fuck. Did you get any of that, T-Tal?
No.
My wife is dying over here. She was laughing so hard. And I was like, I can't let this go on.
Because I saw the look on your face.
Yeah, I had a pretty bad look on my face. I don't know. Pretty crazy. Oh, God. Pretty good stuff. Well, I think we've about covered it. T-Tal, anything else that you want to say about this situation?
No, man. Everybody join Dave. Thank you for joining today. And make sure to subscribe to this man. Drop a like on this video.
And make sure you also check out this fucking Adonis here, Mr. Tutal. He's got a channel as well, and it's in the description box. XLT Podcast, baby. Make sure you go check that out as well. He's the man.
I appreciate that.
Bro. Oh, I appreciate you.
I appreciate.
I know everyone says I don't, but I do love you. I love you from your head to your toes. But thank you guys for joining us, man. I really do appreciate it. 126 people. Humbling fucking experience. Thank you guys. I do appreciate you coming out and supporting the channel. Roman Reigns suspended. What's going to happen from here, we'll find out. And I'll be live tomorrow maybe. We'll see. I'm going to be live sometime in the next couple of days. Probably going to do NXT, maybe not. I'm going to get some sleep. Who knows? We'll see. But Tutal will be live during NXT for his NXT reaction show. So make sure you're there for that. And I'll see you when I see you, hopefully very soon. Thank you very much for joining us. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Hit that like button on the way out, because why the fuck not? Likes are free. We'll see you next time. And as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. We'll see you next time. Peace.